I almost was too disgusted at what was going on like underneath me. Like I would just like look down at her and be like, oh my god, like this is a scene. Like just the spit, the drool. I just like she looks like a fucking dog in the middle of summer that needs a drink. Cares 23. We're going, baby. 23 and me. Jordan episode. Let's go. Wearing the Joey Exotica hat because my hair is just disrespectful at this point. Got a fresh pimple coming in. The beard is just... We're going Amish. We're going full Amish today. Love it. Couldn't be more pale. Couldn't be hairier. It's what it is. We're going, baby. I'm growing this shit out till the quarantine's over, so I might look like a fucking haggardly Gandalf the Gay Wizard at the end of it. I'm doing it. I'm not fucking shaving. I'm not taking care of myself. I am taking care of myself. I'm working out. I'm doing a good naked garage pumps. I get my cardio in. Back's a little bit stiff because I've been doing a lot of Stairmaster, but, you know, sacrifices, baby. I'm growing it out. We're showing up this summer shredded, even though summer might be canceled. Hopefully we get August to, do some shit, but what else are you supposed to do? Fucking TikTok challenges where you're just lip syncing fucking shit from movies? That's what we do now. I saw some article that was like, Ariana Grande recreating Waterboy scene. Huh? It's just people fucking lip syncing stuff from a movie. Hey man, if I wanted to watch a movie from 20 years ago, I'd watch it. It's not funny to like just see somebody recreating something. You're not recreating it. You're just lip syncing, which is just not funny. It's never funny. These fucking TikToks, man, and you have these chicks just doing these like challenges and stuff. It's like, what? I feel like such a boomer, but it's like, what is this? How are people watching this? Like, oh, look how funny this is. It's like, this is cringe and terrible. Like, this is awful. I wanted to like, maybe put a couple highlights or a couple little TikToks, but it's like I can't even fucking handle it for 2 seconds. I look at it and go, what is this? I'm too old for it. If I'm 16 years old, I'd still be like, this is stupid. You're just like, oh, it's just so cringe and terrible. Like, I don't get how it's a thing. I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. And that's why I'm a boomer. I'm an old guy. I'm an old soul. I've always felt like that, though. I always felt like an old soul. I've never really felt that young. I've always been like, yeah, I got an old soul. But these fucking TikToks, I don't get it, man. Okay, this is just to expand on this thought here. The TikToks with the lip syncing, right? Gotta stop it, change it. When people, it was the same, drop my paperclip, pod's canceled. But it was the same when people used to fucking... It was the same when people used to, they do, like, Snapchats of them singing in their car, just, like, screaming. How is this entertainment? Like, people are just so unfunny that they go, if I just record my friend drunkenly screaming lyrics to a fucking Britney Spears song and story, it's funny. It's like, no, it's not. Don't do that. It's the same if you're at a concert recording the whole thing. Stop. Record it once, let people know you're there. Stop. Get the drop, then stop. Simple, man. Fucking simple. I'll post a couple fucking videos on here. This is how you record yourself at Veld. This is how you do it to be funny. Don't record the whole fucking show. And also when people like, I've never understood how or why karaoke is funny. It bothers me. It's just people going up there and just singing a song terribly. Hey, if I wanted that, I don't want that. I never wanted that. I can hear the song with the person that's really good singing it and enjoy it. You going up there with your friends and just screaming it isn't funny. It's like, it's just, and then like one time my ex-girlfriend made me go to a karaoke thing. It was just her and her work friend just going up there like screaming and just terribly singing these songs. And then everyone like laughing and like, oh my god, this is so funny, this is so embarrassing. What? Why are you doing it then? Just fucking eat your chicken wings and shut up. Have a beer, shut up. Talk to me, tell me a story, just be a human being. Karaoke is not funny. And that's why I feel like TikTok is just the evolved version of it. just the lip sync. It's just the whole thing is like, I don't get it. Another thing that bothers me, let's rip off a bunch of these. Reaction videos on YouTube are just huge. Who gives a fuck about this person's reaction? It's just like, oh, fucking Hoder McGavin reacts to fucking Shooter McGee jerking off. You're like, I don't care, man. If I seen Shooter McGee jerking off, I've reacted. My reaction is, yeah, oh, I saw Shooter McGee jerk off. I can't believe he did that. I don't need fucking, Hoder McGee to tell me that Shooter McGavin jerked off. I'm like, oh, I watched it and he was jerking off and he used like a certain wrist motion. I don't give a fuck. How a reaction? I don't get it, man. I don't fucking get it. I'm an old soul. I don't get the kids now. I feel like I'm a kids nowadays guy and I'm 25. But it's like these just fucking dumb TikToks and fucking reaction videos. That'll be the title of fucking this week's pod. Reacting to everything I fucking hate. It's just unbelievable. But it's just like, I think it's because I've been off social media, like off Instagram at least. I still talk to people on Snapchat and degrade them. But just being off Instagram, then like I see like my Google alerts when I go on Google, like the pages that come up, and just these articles where I go like, what the fuck is the internet right now? And then you still just got, there's this one girl in particular, I don't want to call her out here, but she's just constantly storying her fucking skincare routine, her fucking hair, and just like, oh, go buy my product. It's just like, oh, you're sick. You're making me sick. Nobody wants your bullshit shampoo. We don't want to hear about how, oh, it's a good secondary income and I make so much money and you should buy this. People are dying right now. Nobody gives a fuck about your shampoo. You go buy Head and Shoulders, you get a bar of soap and run it through your hair, you move on. And that's coming from me. You listen to my hair care routine because I got a fucking head of hair on me. I got a mane, alright? Look at this beard though, it is powerful. I should line it up, not gonna. But it is pretty fucking strong. I used to look like such a fag when I would like, I used to trim this and just have it like that. I didn't have the middle part. I look like such a fucking homosexual. It was unbelievable. Thanks a lot to my friends for telling me that. For sure should have told me that. But it wasn't like, it was like very patchy and now it's like filled in a bit better. But we'll go through a gay phase in our life, I guess. What else do we got here? Oh, I had two broads tell me like separately. They're like, because I did those like Ask Me Anything a week or two ago, and then they like, people ask a question like 3 days after it's done. You're like, oh, you missed it. Wait till next time or fuck off. But they're like, oh, like how much coke do you do? Are you just doing coke all day? It's like, no. I wish that'd be awesome. I just hate all day ripping lines. But it's like, I think I have a very, but it was like two separate girls, and I was like, fuck, I think I have a really like coke energy to me. I have a really cokey energy to me. A real Dane energy. Maybe I do, because I'm a guy with a fucking Joe Exotica hat telling stories about how I hate TikTok. But it's like these people that just assume like, oh, I'm just doing Dane all the time. It's like, I wish that was my life, just fucking. But here's the thing too, like, it's obviously people who don't ever do drugs or know people that do drugs. So if you do Dane all the time, like if you do Dane, this is, not speaking from personal experience. I've never touched this stuff. But, from friends, I guess, that did it. If you do Dane, you're out for a day or two. Like, you're not just doing drugs all the time. Like, you're going to crash so heavy and just be dead. So my energy is a natural energy. I got that Gary V, man. I'm fucking hungry for life. I'm chasing it. Speaking of drugs, that guy's probably so cranked up on Adderall. It's unbelievable. No, I'm hyped up. I'm humped up on fucking, what does he say? He's always like, oh yeah, I got ambition. I'm hyped up on ambition and fucking gratitude. Oh, I'm hyped up on gratitude. Humped up on gratitude. That'd be a shirt. I don't know. I don't get it. A lot going on here though. Not really. Everyone's just at home being fat and ugly. Can't watch the news, I'll tell you that much. If you watch the news or read an article, you think it's the end of the world, you're ready to kill yourself immediately. And that's why, like, people need to realize, and I think they are, but, like, there's a few people I know that, like, they, like, read the news or watch a video and take it, like, literally. They're like, oh, fuck, like, this is, it's like, dude, all this shit is just it's all entertainment now. It's all a reality show. It's all just clickbait. Like, it's all nonsense. None of it's necessarily accurate. Like, so just watch these things and you spiral and freak out. I'm just saying because a few family members do this and they text me stuff. And they're like, oh, you think of that? It's like, dude. Or just friends. Or like, a bunch of people do this. But it's like, man, just fuck that shit. Fuck off. Find one thing to do and just work on it and just work out a bit and just try to eat healthy. Don't fucking watch the news and be on social media. Your life will be over if you do that. just the fucking, like, so many people like claim anxiety or depression, but it's like, I think a lot of times you just bring this shit on yourself. Like, just your lifestyle brings it on. They're like, oh, I'm always anxious or I'm very depressed. But it's like, well, look at how you live your life. Like, who wouldn't be that way? You know? I feel like if you're living right, a lot of that shit can be avoided. Okay, we'll get right into a nice broad corner here, which is the only fucking point we do these pods. But, I was, a couple funny ones here. So I broke quarantine a week or two ago. Went on a date with this chick. She's like, for a casual, like, she got, oh. So I broke quarantine a week or two ago. I went on a date with this chick, and she brought her dog. It was like her friend's dog or something, but, and I caught myself doing this thing where I just kept one-upping her. Like, unintentionally, I didn't mean to do this, but I just kept doing this. Where anything she would say, I just, like, I was trying to relate to her, I guess, or something, but then I, like, midway through, I caught myself, I kept doing this. I was like, wow, it's so annoying. If somebody did that to me, I would hate them. Where she would tell me something, and I would, like, one-up it. Like, she'd be like, yeah, I used to play, like, sports or something. I'd be like, yeah, I played for Team Canada. Or just, like, I would just have to one-up her. And then, this is when I literally caught myself and just started laughing about it. She's like, yeah, like, actually, like, my grandma died, like, 2 months ago. I was like, same. My grandma died, like, yesterday. It's just like, what am I doing? Just, that's the worst character trait to have, man, is the constant one-upper. The guy who's always one-upping whenever you do. It's just the most annoying thing. Because no matter what you say, it's, like, not enough. It's just like, yeah, you don't care about my story because you're just going to go, oh, yeah, well, I did. It's like, it's the guy who just fucks a bunch of girls but tells you about it. Like, you're like, yeah, I fucked this girl last week. He's like, I fucked 3 this week. I fucked 3 whores. And you're like, okay, man, relax. Like, we get it, you pull ass, you know? Like, it's just, yeah, I made, it's same with, like, people who lie about anything, just one up. You're like, oh, yeah, hey, man, I made, like, $1,000. I got a check or something. He's like, oh, I made $2,000 today. You're like, oh, okay, all right. My dick is 14 inches. I have a 20-inch dick. You're like, okay, well, now I know you're lying. I know you're lying at this point, man, The one-upper is the worst fucking trait, dude. But on the way, we were walking, like, we went, like, under this bridge, and it was, like, this whole thing. So on the way back, there was this weird guy who was, like, he was kind of sort of doing Tai Chi, but not really. It was, like, crackhead Tai Chi. So he was obviously a very demented man. This was in Hamilton, so obviously a drug addict. And he was just doing these weird kind of energy shoots, right? So I'm kind of laughing at him, making fun of him, like, on the walk up, and he probably, like, overheard. Just, he could tell by my energy that I was, like, mocking him. So he shoots one at me. He gives me an energy blast, right? Just... So instead of just taking, I'm not going to let this motherfucker energy blast me. It's not going to happen. You're not going to fucking put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. I fucking grabbed that energy shot, and I just blasted him back. I just go, and just shot an energy blast back his way. Got him at 20 feet into the fucking river. This happened. I'm not trying to one-up my story, but this happened. And I could tell, like, it hit him. Like, he was, like, fucking really affected by it. So I wonder what happened to that guy. Probably gave him corona just by that fucking energy blast. But he deserved it, like, Crackheads. I wonder if crackheads can get corona or if they're immune because they have, like, other shit. Interesting point. If you're a doctor, let me know. Okay. Another thing. We got 1 or 2 real intense stories here, but we're kind of, we're leading up to them here. We're building up to the bit. So this is another thing that bothers me with chicks, and they all fucking do this. You're talking to them, and you're like, yeah, like, show me your ass or something, right? Like, pop your ass out. And they're like, oh, yeah, you wish. Yeah, that's why I asked for it. Like, show me your tits. Oh, you wish. Why do you think I'm talking to you? Like, whenever people go like, oh, yeah, you wish. Or, yeah, wouldn't that be great? Yeah, so do it. Don't just tell me, oh, yeah, you wish. Why else am I talking to you? You pop your ass out, you pop your tits out, let's have some fun here. Let's have some quarantine fun. Let's break quarantine and fucking clap some isolation cheeks when we're at it. Let's go. But that always bothers me. People say, yeah, you wish. You're blocked then. Do it or you're blocked now. You're gone. You're out of here. Oh, I don't get it, man. I guess chicks just want attention, but it's like, know what I want, at least, is my point, I guess. Okay. Somebody asked me, we got a fan submission here. We got, one of them was, have you ever pissed on a girl? This is just this is real graphic. So, hopefully my grandparents or, nobody, well, I don't really value anyone's opinion, but just anybody who could, bother me at a family dinner isn't watching this. And, that's really all it is, right? But, To answer your fan submission, have I ever pissed on somebody? I did pee on an ex-girlfriend jokingly. Like, we were getting in the shower, and she bent over, and I was, like, peeing on her a little bit, like a little brizzle. Or, yeah, a brizzle, I think. That's a word, I guess. Just a couple trinkles, and then, like, I just peed, like, in the toilet. So that doesn't really count, but, okay, I have a better story, actually. I can one-up my own shit here. I'm one-upping my own shit. So, I'll give you the backstory on this one, too. First year I met this girl, she's pretty tall, she had big saggy tits, and she just looked like a real gamer, had a real game face on her, right? And went back to my lofts after. I think I picked her up at Pepper, just some bar, right? And I just had a mattress on the ground, like no frame, nothing. It was very trap house vibes. I ordered all my shit. It was coming in a couple weeks. I was just like trap house, just mattress on the floor. And, I sucked her tits or whatever, and then she just, like, she wouldn't have sex with me, but just gave me one of the best gummers in my life. Just completely gummed me and just sucked me dry, sucked the soul out of my horn. It was great, right? So I never got her name though. Like, I legitimately I don't know her name. Like, I just, in my phone I got her number as throat whore. And this was first year, right? So this pretty much went on for another 2-3 years, 2.5 years, where she pretty much used me as a practice dick just to, I guess, better her oral skills. And I don't really know what was in it for her. Like, obviously it was some sort of kinky thing to her, but every couple weeks or a couple months she'd hit me up and be like, hey, come by, right? So I'm like, oh sure. She gave me the dick signal, I'm gonna obey it. So I go over there, and she would always have to one up it, right? So it's like, she'd get the handcuffs, like, tying her bed or whatever, which I'm game for, let's do it. And then, like, got to the point where, and she would just pluck my balls and, like, scratch them and just do vicious shit to my horn. Like, this girl could have sucked the chrome off a trailer hitch easily. Like, not even when people go like, oh, she could suck the chrome. Like, that would be a warm-up for her. She would do this, like, joking. Like, in a mid-conversation, she would do it, and you'd be like, oh, that happened. Like, this girl was an all-time, hence her name, throat whore. It's like, you're not gonna be an amateur with that type of name, right? So, it got to a point where I remember she had a Katy Perry poster with just Katy Perry's tits out. So I'd kind of look at that sometimes, like, mid-gummer, because I was like, I almost was too disgusted at what was going on, like, underneath me. Like, I would just, like, look down at her and be like, oh my god, like, this is a scene. Like, just the spit, the drool, I just, like, she looks like a fucking dog in the middle of summer that needs a drink. Like, it was just like, what's going on down there? And she'd always be like, fucking look at me, like, look at me, and just be, like, make me look at her, right? Which was just like, it's cool to look at yourself and your dick suck, like, casual, and you're like, oh, this is cool, right? But when you just have some creature just devouring you, like, I don't even know if I want to see this right now. Like, this is a fucking war zone down here. But she was a complete pro. And she'd, like, play with my prostate a little bit, and just, like, be plucking my balls, scratching them, just, like, spitting, just, like, oh, just devouring me, right? It's just gross shit. And she literally got, like, strobe lights put up in her room where, like, the lights would go on and then go off. Go on and go, and she would literally, like, make me stare at her. So I'm just getting gummed, right? And she'd just be like, just devouring me as these lights, and I'd be like, oh my god. It was wild. And, so the root of the story, though, why I brought this up, is because one time, with a nice meeting with throat whore, she's doing her job, and I'm just like, oh my god. Like, I guess I'm doing my job, too, because I'm a practice dick here for her future, husband, boyfriend, pornography. Who knows what she's doing, right? She had a real Gianna Michaels vibe to her. So, this is going on, and, like, obviously I just erupt, right? I just fucking shoot a 9-rope shot in her mouth and all over her tits. It's just like, I'm done, right? My sack just explodes like a fucking lava cake. And naturally, like, okay, well then, the deed is done. We're done here, right? She keeps going. She literally, every meme ever, when you bust and she keeps sucking, does it. So I'm literally just like I'm dying right now. And I feel it. I can feel it in my soul, in my dick, in my balls. I'm like, I'm about to piss right now. I'm literally, like, I just shot a load. I'm about to urinate. I'm going to piss on this girl. And she might be into that. I don't know, but I don't want to risk it. So she's like, keeps going. I'm like, I'm about to pee. And I get to the point where it's almost like when you're going to shit your pants. And then you're like, I'm going to shit my pants. And then, like, you just shit yourself. So I'm like, I'm going to pee. Oh my God. So I get up and I'm squeezing the base of my shaft, running to her bathroom. Like as I'm running, I'm literally just pissing all over this girl's floor like a dog. I'm just urinating. Like there's a whole fucking stream of piss, like a river of piss running from her room to the bathroom. It's a hardwood floor and I'm just urinating everywhere. I'm like, oh my god. And I finally get there and there's like, a little more piss like in the toilet, but I fucking drowned her entire like hallway with my piss. And she was not impressed with that. I got pretty mad at me, but I'm like, that could have been your face. So you should be welcome because it's better your hardwood floor. We can clean it up, whatever. Her roommate's probably like, oh, who pissed on the floor? Whatever, we can deal with this. Than me just pissing all over your face. But maybe she got mad because that's what she wanted, I guess. A nice golden shower. I don't know. I never got to the bottom of it. That might have been the last time, or definitely one of the last times I ever, met with that lovely lady. But I miss her. I definitely miss her. And like I said, I don't know her name, so I can't really search her up or anything. I tried to text her, a couple months ago. No avail. So I feel like the ship has kind of left the station with that one, but it was great when it lasted. But I miss her, and I really do wish her the best. Whenever we drive by her house, I always be like, boys, like that's where she lives. That's where that's where Thrower lives. Like it was just such a cool moment to be like she lives there. And I still know the exact house, but obviously she doesn't live there. Otherwise, I'd break in and like make her suck me. But yeah, I miss her, man. So to answer your fan question, yeah, I did kind of pee on a girl, but not necessarily, like not exactly, I guess. So hope that answers your question. Okay, what else do we got here, Frankie? I think it's time for a water break here. Nice ASMR water break for the kid. The legendary throat whore. Can't beat it. You can beat it off, but you can't beat it, I guess. Okay, so I was thinking about this the other day. This might trigger some people, but, whatever. Thinking about it. That Harvey Weinstein, when you really break it down... Just even saying the name, I know people are going like, oh, I don't know, man. Can you joke about this? It's like, relax. So Harvey Weinstein, when you really break it down, is just great. He's great at using leverage against people, right? And I'm not saying what he did was right or anything. It was obviously super fucked up, the stuff he did. But absolute power corrupts absolutely. And the problem is, this is probably going on in Hollywood, any business for, forever, the casting coach or that type of stuff. But it's like, you get in the film, you really want to make some creative stuff. You want to obviously have money and kind of live the lifestyle. The moment you cross that line and put your toe, like kind of dip your toe in it, before you know it, you're fully engulfed. Because, you got to think with a guy like Harvey, not a good looking guy, creative, definitely creative man, and not a good looking guy, though. Not a good looking man, right? You're making movies. You obviously want to fuck movie stars. Who doesn't, right? So you go, hey, if you want to be in, name the movie. We'll fucking make up a made-up movie. Pulp Fiction 2. Pulp Fiction 2. They're doing a sequel. If you want to be in Pulp Fiction 2, there's a lot of great actresses for this, a lot of good-looking actresses. You have a meeting, you go, hey, suck my cock. Probably maybe even joking at first. Maybe just going, hey, suck my cock, bitch. And then she does it. Now what? Now, Harvey, at least, was always a man of his word. He was always... put them in the movie. That's why when they won Oscars and stuff, they'd always thank Harvey because he was a man of his word. He did what, he always did what he told them he would do. The problem is, though, you do a little bit, you just keep going. Now it's, you're jerking off into fucking ferns. You're just fucking girls in broad daylight. You're a complete scumbag, right? But it's tough because I feel like every guy out there, not, there's obviously some fucking just beta losers who would not agree with this, but every guy out there secretly goes, yeah, I'd probably do that in that position. Because once you're there, you do it a little bit and just keep crossing the line until you become Harvey. Like, it doesn't happen overnight. It's a real progression and slip into fucking chaos, into, all the bad stuff he did. But, it's something that I think every human being, especially men, can look at and be like, yeah, I can see how he got there. If you look at the course of what he did. And that's why I'm here to announce I'll be playing Harvey Weinstein in his upcoming biopic next year. It'll change my life. Hopefully I win a fucking Oscar for the role. But I'm going to be playing Uncle Harv in, the self-titled Harvey Weinstein movie. So it's going to be a big role for me, and I'm looking forward to it. That's why I'm gaining weight right now. But it'll be a big break for me, so I look forward to that next year. It's going to be on Netflix, of course. Where else would it be? Fucking Harvey. Now he's got corona. Poor guy's got corona. Hope he's doing okay, though. He was wearing he was in the wheelchair and shit. He's on the verge of death. Just a really disturbed individual. But speaking of more disturbed individuals here, did you see that NASCAR guy dropping N-bombs? Dropping hard Nigerians on fucking Instagram Live? Kyle Larson, if you haven't seen it, go watch the video. I can't post it here because YouTube is just fucking Gordo. But it's just, I guess, I don't really know NASCAR because I'm not a fucking redneck. And he was like an up-and-coming guy, and he just was slinging N-bombs on an Instagram Live to his buddy. Excuse me, calling him a dirty Nigerian and stuff. Hardy R. And then people are like, hey man, like, it's live. Like, everyone just heard you do that, right? And he's like, oh, whatever, sorry. And now, like, he lost all his sponsorships. You know, his NASCAR team, like, kicked him off the team. Like, pretty much his career's over. Now, we'll get a little more controversial here, too. When is enough enough? Like, obviously, that's fucking bad. Like, he said fucking racist shit. It was a hard ER, so, you know, he kind of meant it. You know, it wasn't just, like, you know, a white girl who's drunk just dropping it with an a Nigeria. Like, it wasn't him just doing that. It was a hard Nigerian. So, the problem is like, hey, get rid of the guy, whatever. He's still a young, talented guy. Is his career just over now? Do we just go, yeah, no, you're not allowed to be a pro anymore? Or is it like, you know, yeah, you're done for a year or two, you lose some money? Like, what are the punishments here? That's kind of been my question. Like, I know it's bad, I know it's racist, and probably, like, I'm not calling the guy racist or not. I don't know if he is or not, but obviously you can't say that type of stuff, but, like, when is enough enough? Like, when people make mistakes, do fucked up shit, do we just go, you're done, you're canceled forever? Or is there a way back? Like, even, you know, I'll use, like, Louis C.K., for example. To me, that guy did absolutely nothing wrong. He didn't block a door, he didn't rape anyone. He literally pulled his dick out and jerked off, which is hilarious. Let's be honest here, that's fucking hilarious. And it happened, like, 10 years ago. And he jerked off, and like, oh, you're off Netflix, your movies, your TV show, whatever. So then, like, you know, he puts out his own special, which is great, by the way. Go check it out on his website. It's like $8. Fucking best comedy special of the year so far. Him and Tom Segura. Needless to say. Is there any road back for people once they fuck up, or is it just like, no, you're fucked? Like, if you make one mistake and we find out, you're done. Like, it's just, I don't know. Just an open thought there. Let me know. Sound off in the comments. I'm not saying the right. I don't know. I have the answer. I'm literally openly wondering. Because I don't know. What do you do with those type of people? Okay, another one here. Talk about people who just don't fucking get it. Ronda Rousey. She's on an interview. Let me bring up the article here, Frankie. She's on an interview and talking about, like, oh, fake wrestling and, you know, the fans were so mean to her and shit. What the fuck goes on in her head? Okay, so what does she say? I gotta bring the article up. Where the fuck is this article, Frankie? Ronda Rousey, fuck the fans. Pretty much she said, I gotta bring this up. Ronda Rousey said she left. Okay, here we go. So she left the WWE due to ungrateful fans and the travel schedule. Okay, so Ronda Rousey, as many of you know, she was like one of the first pioneers in women's MMA, one of the first champions, huge superstar. This bitch loses one fight against Holly Holm, mails it in. She hides for a year, doesn't do any media. It's just plays the victim, plays the poor me card, completely turtles in the face of adversity. Comes back against Amanda Nunes, gets fucking knocked out in 5 seconds, and that was pretty much her career. Then she jumps to WWE. She has a lighter schedule, she makes more money, she's more of a draw, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, she's a heel, so people fucking boo her and, like, talk shit and stuff. Now she goes, yeah, I quit because the fans were ungrateful, whatever. I needed more time. It's just so, and calling it fake fighting and stuff, it's just so disrespectful to people who pay her bills. Like, the fans, let them boo, let them whatever. They're showing up to the event, they're buying the pay-per-view, they're fucking, you know. Just because somebody boos you, that's not a bad thing. It means you're still watching, they're still a fan. So for her to do that and then call it fake fighting, just has no respect for wrestling or anything, which, you know, it is pretty fucked up to watch if you're not 15. But she's somebody who just never gets it. Like, she's just always, in every type of story, Ronda's the victim. Ronda's, you know, something's wrong against her. And it's like, she's Ronda the wrongdoing. She just, like, doesn't get it, but she keeps burying herself. Now, if she's saying all this, then, you know, just for a WWE comeback, it's smart to build heat. But Ronda's so gross. Everything you hear about her is just like, she just, like, doesn't get it. She doesn't appreciate the position she was in. Doesn't appreciate anything. She just, I don't know. It's annoying. She annoys me. Okay, what time do we got, Frankie? 29. Looking forward to, though, and positive sports news here, looking forward to The Last Dance. Michael Jordan doc comes out Sunday night on ESPN, Monday on Netflix. Can't wait for it. We need some fucking sports. And this doc it's going to be all the talk because there's nothing else going on. I'm literally rewatching sporting events. That's when you know it's bad. I'm rewatching old NBA Finals games, old UFCs, and pretending they're new. I'm like watching them going, oh, this is exciting, but I know the outcome. It's rough, man. So this fucking doc is something to look forward to, at least with sports. Hopefully UFC, they're talking about doing it in the UFC Apex, like in their new little performance institute. Not little, it's dope, but they're little, like it's like a little arena in Vegas. So hopefully we get some UFC or something because, we're week fucking 4 or 5 this quarantine. People are saying, oh, I'm bored. It's like, okay, I wouldn't say I'm bored yet because there's still, things I'm working on and enjoying, but it's definitely quieter. It's getting a little too quiet. I'd like to go out. I'd like to do some fucking. I'd like to do some drinking. I'd like to have a good time. Being at home all the time is just, not ideal. This is the biggest thing about being at home is now that Zoom is just taken over, right? There's something about being face-to-face, person-to-person that makes the whole event. Like, when you are just fucking Zooming family members for Easter and there's just 20 old people looking at the camera and don't know what's going on, like, that's a nightmare, man. Stop doing that. These fucking Zoom events, it's like, one person can FaceTime me, and that's it. When there's all these people and all these buttons, everyone's just looking up at you, it's so creepy and weird. But, I don't know. We've pretty much given up our privacy just to be mind-controlled by our phones. So, think about that. Think about that as we end the pod. That and the legendary throat whore. Smell you later, who cares? If you like what you just saw, give the video a thumbs up, hit the notification bell, subscribe, DM me, shoot me an email, send me an e-transfer. Hook me up.